We're inutil as a country. 4 na buwan na po and we still don't know how fugitives got past our borders undetected. Hindi pa po alam hanggang ngayon ng Bureau of Immigration. Will you make that of record?
Yes, Honorable Chair. Any compliance report as soon as possible, Madam Chair, to your office.
As soon as possible was last year, Director. Paulit-ulit po yung ganyan mga, we will submit. Haba po ng pasensya ng subcommittee na ito at it is totally unacceptable.
Ma'am, when we say escorted, only up to the boarding at the airline.
That's not escorting. They never arrived in China. O dahil sa Pilipinas, nakapuslit sila.
Madam Chair,
By plane.
Yung KL International Airports, that's still a mystery, Madam Chair.
No, sir. Actually, that's the only thing we know for sure now. Na the stop at KL International Airport, hindi katanggap-tanggap ang sagot ng Bureau of Immigration na parang, Your Honor, hindi ko po alam. May sumubok na po niyan.
Magandang gabi mga kabalitaan. Huli ka na naman sa balita, no? Narito ang latest Congress hearing headline.
Nandito po tayo ngayon para isara ang hearing ng Subcommittee on Justice hinggil sa pagtakas ni Guo Huaping, Sheila Guo at Wesley Guo noong Hulyo 2024. Hindi po ito hearing ng Committee on Women, dear friends. This is the Subcommittee on Justice hearing. Ang isang nakumpirma, staff sa opisina ng local government official ang tumulong para mapanotaryo ang affidavit ni Guo Huaping, gayong wala naman siya sa Pilipinas. Nakarating si Guo Huaping at ang kanyang mga kasama sa Kuala Lumpur International Airport. At matapos niyan ay sa Singapore, at matapos niyan ay sa Bataan, Indonesia, kung saan sila naaresto. Salamat sa mga otoridad ng Indonesia. Our law enforcement and border authorities have been rendered so inutil on exactly how Guo Huaping escaped. So ngayon na po ang pagkakataon. So will it be Attorney Santos or Chief Manahan or Acting Chief Uy? I hope the most senior among you po.
Madam Chair, I would like to inform the body that we have invited former Commissioner Norman Tansinko of the Bureau of Immigration. However, despite several follow-ups, we did not get any confirmation nor regrets from him.
You wrote a letter to the different immigration units in Asia. So, 4 months na po. So, may reply na po ba sila sa inyo at sa atin?
Madam Chair, no official replies, written replies received by the Bureau of Immigration as of this date.
So, okay lang po ba yun sa atin? I mean, basta na lang din na lang natin malalaman kung paano nakaalis si Guo Huaping et al.
We will consult with, we will check from the Office of the Commissioner if there's any report submitted from November to this date, Madam Chair.
Walang official and written reply at all? Or ni walang informal information of something more substantive? Okay din po ba sa kanila yung ganon?
With regard to possible routes or entries and exits, yung office naman po ng Intelligence Division, without any written or official letter, consulting or asking informations via informal channels, ma'am. Yun po yung nangyari dun sa...
In short, hindi pa po alam hanggang ngayon ng Bureau of Immigration. Will you make that of record?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
So, kasi kung titigil lang tayo sa ganitong status, we're inutil as a country. 4 na buwan na po and we still don't know how fugitives got past our borders undetected. Yung sinabi ng presidente na heads will roll. So, may update na po ba sa internal investigation naman sa BI sa mga opisyal nito na maaring sangkot o kasabwat sa pagtakas ni Guo Huaping? So kung may update, ilan po ang nakasuhan, ilan po ang may administrative sanctions?
Ma'am, we will check if there's any from the office of the commissioner, if there's any.
Chief Manahan, you're the chief of the intelligence division. Do you know if there is an internal investigation or there's not? Meron po bang kinasuhan o wala? Meron po bang administratively sinasanction o wala?
As far as I'm concerned, ma'am, wala pong alam.
What is the BI doing if not finding out paano nakatakas si Guo Huaping? Then at the very least, finding out kung mayroon ba at kung mayroon, kung sino ang kasabwat sa loob ng Bureau.
Ma'am, we will submit compliance report to your office, Madam Chair. But I'm sorry, but as of this time, we don't have any information, any compliance report as soon as possible, Madam Chair, to your office.
The soonest possible was last year, Director. Paulit-ulit po yung ganyan mga, we will submit. Haba po ng pasensya ng subcommittee na ito at ng mga miyembro at ng chair. It is totally unacceptable. There are supposedly three POGO bosses who were supposed to have been deported to China. Ang mga pangalan nila ay Liu Xun, Kong Xiangrui, and Wang Xiangle. Those three were the first deportees after the raid on reruns.
So yung tatlong ito na claim to be bosses, actually, 438 foreign nationals, we never have any information na may boss or bosses doon. Madam Chair, can I share something?
Yes, please. The BI needs to share more. Para maging kapakipakinabang itong hearing na ito. Yes, please proceed, Chief.
First is the ticket. The usual deportation po, we secure assistance from the embassy to provide tickets. Ito po yung mga challenges ng BI kung saan kukunin po yung mga tickets. Ngayon, there's a clamor to deport yung mga nahuhuli the soonest and the fastest time. So, ang ginawa po ng BI, nag-initiate po sila ng dialogue with the PDLs kung sino po yung pwedeng magbigay or mag-shoulder or mag-purchase ng kanilang mga tickets. So, January 8 po nangyari ito, matter of 2 weeks. Ito na po yung pinaka-fastest deportation na nangyayari sa history ng BI, 2 weeks. At ang unang nagpa-deport is yung tatlo po yun na yun na kiniklaim to be boss or bosses.
Siyempre, kung bosses sila, afford nila. Kasi kumita na sila ng malaki sa POGO dito Pero yung mga PDLs pa ang tinanong kung pwedeng mag-shoulder ng tickets sila. Hindi ba dapat may pondo ang BI para sa deportation na inuutos ng BI?
Madam Chair, sorry to say, wala po. Kaya po yung mga challenges po ng BI, wala po silang allocated funds for the tickets ng mga deportees. Madam Chair, also, the reason po na dineport itong tatlo, wala naman po silang, ang Chinese embassy at that time, wala pong minanifest na itong tatlong ito is fugitive or merong criminal offense sa China. It's been 2 weeks and we've been coordinating this to the said embassy, pero no written letter or no holdings manifested from the Chinese embassy. So, ang in-implement po natin dito is the Philippine law na to remove them the soonest time possible sa country as directed by the President during the time of the SONA.
You told me na destination nila was China but they were going to have a layover in Hong Kong. Paano kung sabihin ko sa inyo na I have confirmation na ni kaluluwa nila hindi na nakarating sa China? Hindi ba responsibility natin, as I was asking Chief Manahan, responsibility natin tiyakin na diretso pa uwi ang ating dinedeport? So what would you say to that information?
Yung responsibility na yan, Senator, is for, as far as the BI is concerned, ang protocol ho namin is once they are declared fugitive, we make sure that they are either escorted or alam ng kanilang embassy yung prior knowledge ng embassy yung pag-deport sa kanila. Pag hindi ho sila declared as fugitive, our duty is to ensure that they are boarded to their country ho. Yan ho yung hanggang dyan po yung Bureau of Immigration na that they are ensured that they are deported out. Sinakay sila ng airline. Yan
And
po yung
shouldn't they be boarded for their country on a direct flight? Lalo na given the nature of these deportations. Hindi lang siya, deportation alone seryoso na, pero deportation in connection with a ban on POGOs na napatunayan. And sabi nyo nga po kanina, deportation ine-escort ng BI. So, wala po bang kasama yung dinedeport dun sa unang grupong iyon ng 438? Kasi bakit malaya na lang silang nakapuslit?
Ma'am, when we say
Yes.
escorted, only up to the boarding at the airline.
That's not escorting. They never arrived in China. O dahil sa Pilipinas, nakapuslit sila. We need to revisit this policy, how it has been implemented so far. Kasi we are letting these rotten apples, no, like itong sina Liu Xun, Kong Xiangrui, at saka Wang Xiangle, just get away scot-free. Okay, and the reason na it's so disturbing is tiyak pa sa sikat na araw na maghasik na lang ulit ng lagim ang mga yan. Baka nga nakabalik na sila or ang mga tulad nila dito sa Pilipinas. Pwede nyo po bang talakayin naman ang immigration status ng mga nababalitang Chinese spies? At kung paano sila nakakapasok at nakakapirme dito sa Pilipinas?
Hindi ko lang dala, ma'am, yung case folder, but we have the identities and the visa details nung first 5 na pinress release pinesent sa isang press conference ng NBI. Well, I will check, ma'am, and I will update you, ma'am, with regard to the visa details.
Kung hindi nyo alam kung paano nakatakas si Go Huaping, alam nyo ba kung nasaan si Harry Roque sa ngayon?
The last information that we had against on the couple, the Roques, umalis po ng Singapore yung wife, and then nagbound for Dubai. And there's also a sighting of Harry Roque also in Dubai. There's also an information na umalis po sila sometime December, and then yung information po na yon after, any information after, sorry, Madam Chair, but we don't have any more information.
Alam nyo ba na pumunta silang, or at least si Harry Roque, alam nyo ba na pumunta siyang Shanghai for one day?
Meron pong information pero wala po kaming validated proof na nag-enter po siya ng China.
At meron ba kayong information or validated proof na mula sa Shanghai, na isang araw lang ang tinagal niya doon, tumuloy siya sa Macau?
Madam Chair, sorry, wala po kaming pero meron po kaming alam na pumunta rin po siya ng Japan. And hindi po siya nakaalis. Supposed to be bound for US, pero denied flight, denied check-in. So, wala rin naman holdings ang Japan Police or Japan Immigration. Then after that, wala na po kami information.
Saan po siya sa Japan ayon sa information?
Wala po kaming exact details.
Dako na muna ako sa Department of Justice. Pwede niyo po ba kaming bigyan ng general update sa mga kasong na isampa laban kina Guo Huaping, dun po sa Bamban Pogo, at saka kina Cassandra Leong at Harry Roque naman sa Porac Pogo, pati po kina yang Jianshin alias Tony Yang at iba pa.
Good morning, Madam Chair. For the Bamban case filed against Alice Guo, we filed the information for qualified human trafficking in September of 2024. And the bail hearing, the bail application of Alice Guo and her co-accused are all denied by the Honorable Court in December last year. And we will terminate the presentation of evidence by March 31 of March 31. There is already a draft resolution against Cassie Ong, Harry Roque, and other respondents in the PORA case. I am not familiar, Madam Chair, of the case filed against Tony Yang. If Tony Yang is included in the PORA case, I am not familiar. For the lawyer before whom Alice Guo subscribed her counter affidavit, I think there is a criminal case filed against him. It was also investigated by the prosecutors of the Department of Justice. And for those who helped Alice Guo, I am not familiar if there is any criminal case filed before the Department of Justice. Here, I am not aware of any other crime filed by the PAOK with the Department of Justice. Recently, they filed the same cases of anti-human trafficking, particularly organizing labor trafficking for purposes of financial gain through scamming. Scamming is only a mode utilized by the POGO bosses for purposes of financial gain.
At this point, tanungin ko quickly ang PAGCOR. May namomonitor din po ba kayong dito na nagpapatuloy sa mga casino?
Madam Senator, wala po. Gusto rin po naming linawin na hindi na po kami nag-i-issue ng any internet gaming license or offshore gaming license po. Lalong-lalo na po sa mga casinos kasi po nakita po namin sa news na gusto po yung linawin at we would like to put on record that we have not issued any license pertaining to that kind of activity.
NBI, do you have any information about this case na handa nyo nang sabihin sa komite? Yes, Chief Malyari.
Good morning po, Madam Chair. From my end, wala po akong information, but if the committee will allow me to communicate with the Assistant Director for Intelligence, I would be able to get an update from him kung meron pong ginagawang information gathering at investigation ng aming Intel Service.
And by December 15, 2024, all 42 internet gaming licensees and 18 authorized providers have already been canceled. And the total operating sites are 304, and all of these were also closed before December 31, 2024.
Yung nakikita namin dito, ma'am, nag-splinter na rin sila, kadamihan dito, and we have some observations na yung iba nasa residential lang sila sa periferis, and actually we have reported numerous times sa law enforcement agencies about our observations. And kaya nga namin, ma'am, ini-inspect ulit. Nagdo-double time pa rin kami dito ngayon. Dinadagdagan namin yung inspection time namin sa mga dating mga POGO upang malaman namin kung andyan pa sila sa paligid or nag-ooperate pa rin. And we have some observations, ma'am, na andito sila sa mga residential but small groups already sa mga subdivisions. Ang constraints lang or limitations sa amin, ma'am, yung mga PNP, katulad nung panahon noon, kaya namin mag-inspect anytime, kahit 2:00 ng madaling araw, nag-inspect kami. But today, medyo nahirapan kami kasi kailangan na namin ng tulong din ng local government, yung BPLO, yung visitorial power namin naapektuhan, and we had to coordinate with the building administrator kasi wala na yung most of the mga POGO yan, wala na sarado na po yan. Kaya hindi na rin kami basta pinapapasok sa building. But hindi naman po yun ang rason para i-limit namin yung sarili namin. We coordinate with the building administrator, sa mga BPLO pa rin. Patuloy po kami nag-i-inspect kahit weekends po. Last Friday kasama, andun ako nag-supervise just to intensify. We will double our efforts, ma'am, to see to it na hindi na makapag-operate tong mga dating natin, yung mga pogong yan.
Yung unang tanong ko po, ang PNP ba ay gumawa ng sarili niyang investigasyon kung paano nakatakas si Guo Huaping at yung mga kasama niya?
Madam Chairman, we just provided support and took the cue from the other government agencies. Ang unang consideration doon is it was a BI concern, so sumuport lang ma'am and just gathered the information from the ground and provided it through intelligence sharing. Unfortunately, ma'am, the focal person of the operations was not here with us, General Macapas. Pasensya na po kayo, magtuturo ako, baka manuno po ako. Pero siya po ang point man namin doon, nakarating at sila rin ang nakita naman sa mass media, sa official reports, na sila ang sumundo nito.
Yes, very familiar sa akin yung pangalan ng General Macapas. Pero, syempre, hindi lang naman si General Macapas ang nag-imbestiga, yung PNP. So, may institutional knowledge or memory. Is there anything that could be shared on behalf of the PNP sa pagkaalam ng pambansang kapulisan natin,
Yes.
paano nakatakas si Guo Huaping?
During the time, ma'am, General Macapas is the Deputy Director of the Directorate for Intelligence. And it was conducted through the intelligence exchange through the police attaches of the two countries.
And meron po bang any official information in writing or through informal channels sa tulong din nitong counterpart intelligence agency sa ibang bansa?
Yes, ma'am. If I may request that we'll give it to you on an executive session, considering that it also contains some sensitive information na nagkaroon nga ng buntot hanggang dun sa may aming PNP custodial facility. So, if will allow us, we'll give it to you on an executive session, ma'am. And a written report will also be provided to the committee.
Salamat, General. Of course, eventually, after the executive sessions at kung anong mapagkasundo ang time frame kung meron na going public ng PNP ang kahit bahagi ng internal investigation ito, I think makakatulong sa overall na pagreporma ng, lahat ng mga agencies around the table.
Madam Chair, can we also add some inputs regarding Guo Huaping?
Yes, please. We need more rather than less inputs.
Last year, Madam Chair, month of September, a mission order was served against Guo Huaping for undesirability, overstaying, and misrepresentation as fake Filipino. So, ang mangyayari po, ma'am, in case na mag-fail ang criminal offense or criminal violation against Guo Huaping alias Alice Guo, then magko-commence po ang immigration law, which is deportation against Guo Huaping for the 3 charges mentioned, Madam Chair.
Thank you, ma'am. Also, just to add to the ongoing deportation case of Guo Huaping, so she now faces a deportation case for the violations mentioned by Chief Jun Manahan. The deportation case is an independent case from the criminal cases that she is facing, and in the event that the board eventually finds her guilty for deportation, the implementation of that deportation will be held until the criminal cases and its penalty is imposed. So, if in case she is granted bail by the court in the criminal cases, she will still be detained under the deportation charge. And bail can be granted only by the commissioner under his discretion. So, ganun po yung situation niya, ma'am. As for the spies, as far as the legal division is concerned, ma'am, we are just waiting for the appropriate case build-up from the intelligence division, particularly their identities, proper identities, before the deportation cases can also proceed against them.
Could we hear from the NICA kung ano ang ginagawa ng authorities sa ngayon kaugnay nito?
So with regards po sa escape route, possible escape route, we were able to obtain the photocopy of actually the sister of Alice Go. Pumasok po siya allegedly base doon sa passport.
Si Sheila Guo.
Sheila Guo.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Sheila Guo entered, medyo malabo kasi, doon po sa KK o Kota Kinabalu. So, tingnan ho natin, masyado hong talagang poros ang border. And then after that, iba po sa Sabah area. Pag pumasok ka po ng Sabah, from Kuala Lumpur, you have to pass through immigration. Local or foreign. And then pag aalis po kayo ng Sabah, just the same procedure, local Malaysians or foreign, you have to present your passport. You have to pass through the immigration. Ganun po yon. Now, meron po doon sa aming nakuha is medyo malabo nga lang, but nakikita doon Kinabalu. So we presume na ang jump-off point from the Philippines is Kota Kinabalu.
Pero from the Philippines po, napag-alaman po ba ng authorities saan port or coastal area ng Pilipinas sila umalis?
Meron hong sa mga previous hearings po, I think na-mention po to, yung mga possibilities. And well, I don't have the record. What I have here is yung galing ng Kota Kinabalu. And then from Kota Kinabalu, marami pong points doon, airports, ang western part of Sabah. Eastern part of Sabah. It's from Sandakan going down to Tawau area. That's the boundary na po ng Indonesia. So marami po doon. Ito rin po yung mga rota ng iba pong ating mga kababayan na na-traffic. As a matter of fact, Your Honor, way back 2022, meron hong 2 groups of Filipinas na na-traffic at nahuli po sila doon bandang Simporna and Tawau area.
Sumakay ba talaga sina Alice Guo ng barko o small boat, big boat, or lumipad lang sila sa pagkaalam ng NICA?
From
pursuing yung theoretical route na Tawi-Tawi to Kuala Lumpur to Kota Kinabalu, back to Kuala Lumpur en route to Singapore and then to Bataan. So yung pag-alis, kung mapupruweba nyo eventually Tawi-Tawi to Kuala Lumpur, was it by sea or by air sa pagkaalam ng NICA?
Wala. Ang pinaka kwan po noon is by sea. Kung Tawi-Tawi. Sabi ko nga po kanina, madali pong tumawid. Kung nagpapa-return tayo ng 400, 500 plus Filipinos issued with travel documents kasi wala pong passports, almost monthly po yun noon, 2022. Ganun ho karami ang tumatawid. So ibig sabihin, sabi ko nga po, mabilis, madaling pumasok, madaling mag-travel papuntang eastern part of Sabah.
Madam Chair,
By plane.
Yung KL International Airports, that's still a mystery, Madam Chair.
No, sir. Actually, that's the only thing we know for sure now. Meron po tayong pruweba na stamp verified by my offices, Malaysian sources, no? Na genuine. Oo, sa KL. Na the stamp at KL International Airport, Terminal 1 apparently, So, dear colleagues, ang pagdinig na ito ng subcommittee ay tungkol sa mahiwagang pagtakas ni Guo Huaping nung nakaraang taon. Pinakita nito na tila napakadaling takasan ang hustisya sa Pilipinas para sa may mga koneksyon at kapangyarihan. Sa mga bagong isyung lumitaw sa hearing na to, malinaw ang lumalabas. The porousness of our borders allows bad actors, including Chinese spies, to come in. Hindi katanggap-tanggap ang sagot ng Bureau of Immigration na parang, Your Honor, hindi ko po alam. May sumubok na po niyan. Halos kalahating taon na po ang lumipas at hanggang ngayon ay wala pa ring sagot. At ang mas nakakabahala pa, kulang na kulang ang interes na hanapin ang sagot at tukuyin ang katotohanan sa nangyari. That's very bothersome on our part. Hindi katanggap-tanggap na may high-profile fugitive na tumakas mula sa ating bansa at mukhang halos nag-aabang lang ang BI ng sagot mula naman sa ibang bansa. Even more concerning, dineklara mismo ng presidente na heads will roll dahil sa pagtakas ni Guo. Pero sa mga sagot ng Bureau, ng BI, parang wala pa namang internal investigation ang BI sa kung sino ang may kasalanan at kung may katulong ba si Guo sa mga ranggo nito. Pati ang deportation ng mga identified o kinikilalang POGO bosses, ang daming question sa implementasyon. As designated chair of this subcommittee of the Committee on Justice, I will call for a revamp of the BI in the committee report of this subcommittee. A revamp beginning with the commissioner himself.